Have you ever faced a challenge so big it felt like life was trying to stop you in your tracks? What if that challenge, your obstacle, wasn't in the way, but the way forward? That's the bold message of The Obstacle is the Way by Ryan Holiday. Based on the ancient philosophy of Stoicism, this book teaches us how to turn trials into triumphs, adversity into advantage, and pain into power. This full audiobook summary will walk you through Holiday's three-part framework: perception, action, and will, along with timeless stories of perseverance from figures like Marcus Aurelius, Amelia Earhart, Ulysses S. Grant, and modern entrepreneurs. If you've ever felt stuck, discouraged, or defeated, this wisdom can help you transform obstacles into your greatest breakthroughs. Let's dive into the Stoic path to personal greatness. Part 1. Perception. Everything begins with how you see things. Perception is the discipline of the mind. It's how you choose to view problems, failures, insults, or fear. According to Holiday and the Stoics, the obstacle is not what happens, but how we respond to it. Life is neutral. Our interpretation gives it meaning. While you can't control external events, you can control how you frame them. The Stoics called this the art of objectivity. Instead of saying, "Why is this happening to me?" they asked, "What is this trying to teach me?" Take John D. Rockefeller. During the Panic of 1857, he watched grown men weep and fail. But instead of panicking, he studied the market. He trained his perspective to remain calm. That early discipline allowed him to become one of history's greatest businessmen. It wasn't luck, it was perception. Another example, George Washington at Valley Forge. While his men froze and morale sank, he projected calm and strategy. His ability to perceive hardship as training ground, not punishment, kept the American Revolution alive. To apply this in your life, you must practice seeing things clearly. Remove emotion. Step back. Ask yourself, what are the facts? What am I adding with my fear, ego, or anger? Train yourself to pause before reacting. Fear distorts reality. Ego exaggerates offense, but clarity reveals opportunity. When you can look at a setback without drama, you open yourself to learning. This is the first step in turning the obstacle into the way. Part 2. Action. Perception shapes how you see the problem. Action is what you do about it. It's not about grand gestures. It's about persistent, disciplined movement. The Stoics believed in relentless right action, no matter how hard, how small, or how thankless. When something blocks your path, don't panic. Pivot. Find a new way forward. Action turns inertia into momentum. It turns fear into courage. Even failing forward is better than doing nothing at all. Amelia Earhart is a perfect example. She didn't wait for the perfect flight opportunity. She took whatever she could get, even co-pilot roles, cargo trips, and thankless assignments. Through action, she carved her own path into history. The Stoics praised boldness tempered by wisdom. They urged action rooted in logic, patience, and integrity. You don't need to take reckless leaps. You need to take consistent steps. What matters most is that your actions align with your values. Don't just move for the sake of motion. Move with intention. Focus on what's in your control: effort, attitude, and execution. Action demands creativity. When you hit a wall, don't retreat. Climb it, break it down, go around it. This is how Thomas Edison invented, how Grant won battles, and how Holiday argues we must face modern obstacles by leaning in. You must also embrace persistence. Consistency beats brilliance. Genius is often just the result of hard work sustained over time. Don't fear failure, fear quitting. And in action, that's the surest way to stay stuck. Holiday reminds us that opportunity is often disguised as difficulty. The ones who act, not the ones who freeze, find the door where others saw only a wall. Part 3. Will. If perception is how you see the obstacle, and action is how you move through it, will is your internal strength to endure it. Will is the third and deepest part of the Stoic strategy. It's what keeps you going when perception and action are no longer enough. Will is the long game. It's accepting that life is tough, but you are tougher. It's preparing for adversity before it comes and embracing it when it arrives. Abraham Lincoln is a model of will. He suffered depression, political defeats, and national crisis. Yet his inner resolve never broke. He kept showing up, leading, and believing in a future he couldn't yet see. Will isn't just endurance, it's humility. It's realizing you're not entitled to an easy life. Stoics like Epictetus, who was born into slavery, taught that suffering is not unfair, it's universal. The only unfairness is expecting life to go your way. Will is also about acceptance. Some things cannot be changed. A loved one dies, a business fails, an injury ends your career. You grieve, but you don't give up. You use what remains. You make meaning out of pain. That's what Viktor Frankl did in the Nazi camps. That's what survivors of trauma do every day. To develop will, cultivate gratitude, even for hardships. They strengthen you. They reveal you. They remind you what truly matters. It's also about cheerfulness in the face of pressure. Holiday highlights James Stockdale, a Vietnam War POW who used Stoic principles to endure years of torture. He didn't break, he adapted, he inspired. That's will. The will turns trials into triumphs because it holds the mind together when the world tries to tear it apart. Putting it all together, the obstacle becomes the way. So how do you apply this in your life? When you face a setback, pause. Ask, what can I control? How can I reframe this? Take small, focused action. Don't wait for perfect. Start where you are. Build momentum. Prepare your mind daily. Train for adversity before it arrives. Build your resilience bank. Accept what you can't change, not passively, but powerfully. Find meaning. Find strength. Use challenges to grow. Every obstacle is a teacher. Your response is your legacy. This mindset isn't about being emotionless. It's about being empowered. Life doesn't always go our way, but with perception, action, and will, we can use every obstacle as fuel. The Stoics believed that obstacles were not interruptions. They were part of the path. The obstacle is the way. Modern applications of the philosophy. Ryan Holiday doesn't just draw from history. He applies these ideas to the modern world. Athletes, artists, leaders, and entrepreneurs all face obstacles. The difference is how they respond. Steve Jobs used rejection to fuel innovation. Barack Obama faced unimaginable resistance, but stayed calm, focused, and driven. Athletes like Serena Williams use injuries to strengthen their focus. Artists like Kendrick Lamar use adversity to fuel creativity. What they all share is a Stoic spirit. You don't have to be a general or a president to live this way. The single parent, the recovering addict, the college student, the startup founder, all of us face trials. What defines us isn't the obstacle. It's our response. The next time something blocks your way, remember this. It's not the end. It's a beginning, a new way forward through discipline, courage, and will. Daily practice suggestions. Start your day with a Stoic journaling prompt. What obstacle might I face today? How will I respond? Practice premeditatio malorum, a Stoic mental exercise where you visualize obstacles ahead of time so you're not shocked when they arise. When something goes wrong, ask, is this in my control? If not, let it go. If yes, act. Celebrate discomfort. Push your limits with small challenges, cold showers, difficult conversations, waking up early. These build mental toughness. Reflect at night. How did I face today's challenges? Did I respond like a warrior or a victim? Surround yourself with resilient voices. Read biographies. Listen to strong thinkers. Let their stories become your models. Create a mantra, something simple like, "Still I rise," or "This too is the way." Use it in hard moments. Final reflections. The Obstacle is the Way is more than a self-help book. It's a battle cry, a call to arms against self-pity, fear, and helplessness. Ryan Holiday revives Stoic wisdom not to romanticize the past, but to arm us for the present. Obstacles will come. They will test you, hurt you, challenge you. But they are not the enemy. They are the raw material from which greatness is forged. You don't need perfect circumstances. You don't need more motivation. You need perspective, action, and will. That's how the obstacle becomes the way. Thanks for listening to this full audiobook summary of The Obstacle is the Way by Ryan Holiday. If this helped shift your mindset, like, comment, and subscribe to Audiobook Focus for more book summaries that turn wisdom into transformation. Now, go face the obstacle and walk straight through it.